Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us over here. Thank you for hosting us, Danny, and definitely for those of us who, those of you joining us live, those of us who are watching us in the recording. Thank you for the support and continuing spreading this wisdom to the rest of the world. What is this week? Right, this week we have definitely a lot of us, a lot of us. Sometimes we're searching to what, and it's important to be in search of, but search of what? What are we looking for to in this week? And of course, every week we need to awaken a greater and greater desire to learn the secrets that the universe, our life, meant to be revealed. As I remind you, in the last few weeks, I shared with you that it's a build-up to what we call Rosh Hashanah. In a few weeks from now, there's what we call Rosh Hashanah, that according to religion, it's taken as a religious ceremony or event that take place where people go and ask the Creator to give them certain blessings for the year. Now we learn Kabbalistically, it's nothing to do with that. And I'm not going to go into the explanation as we go closer to Rosh Hashanah, but the consciousness is, it's because Rosh Hashanah represents a moment in time where your life can be infused with new light, new ideas, children, life, and blessings, sustenance for the entire year. You better set yourself for success before, not when you come to Rosh Hashanah. That's this week's, again, the entire year, but this week's, that's what we're working on. You come to Rosh Hashanah, it's an effect. It's not the cause. So it's really how much work, how much revelation, how much you increasing in this time prior to Rosh Hashanah. That's how you set yourself for success in this coming year. So every week, the Kabbalists explain, it's preparing us, propel us, push us, to strive to have a way more, not a little bit better year. Okay, we're not talking about, I want a little bit better. Last year was pretty good. It will be a little bit better. I'm blessed. That's what people usually thinking about Rosh Hashanah, or even working on in Rosh Hashanah. Not like as the Kabbalists explain. You want Rosh Hashanah to work for you, and it will work for you if it's not just a little bit like my old me, just a little bit, but completely different, unrecognizable, unknown to anything that I ever knew before. Secrets that you meant to reveal in this world, unknown to you, like you never even believed that you will reveal. You got to open yourself and prepare what we call a vessel for it. This week, it's called Parashat Re'eh, portion of Re'eh, to see, right? To see. And when we're talking about to see, what do I want to see? It says very clearly. Now, I want to share with you when we usually go to the Torah, and we know the Torah is not a religious artifact. It's not a document that some historical document that written the history of what we call the Jewish people. Of course not, because the Torah never wrote it's for Jewish or not. It says it's for the Israel. And I said before, Israel is the name of an angelic force that we all need to awaken. And we need to awaken that because we're all together. And that tool called the Torah meant to help us elevate to that state of Israel. That's not a country or people. It's a certain level of consciousness that we meant to connect to and use to our life. So when you go to the Torah and you read the literal translation, read the literal story, a lot of it sounds and feels, like I said last week, like why religion is so close and nobody want to be part of that. Nobody want to be part of Creator, God, light. Majority of the people. Why? Because exactly the same thing. This week, it tells you something that everybody is like, don't like, and myself included. It says, "Re natati lefanecha, come and behold, I gave in front of you blessing and a curse." What type of God wants to give a curse? And that's what it was mentioned for. This has been done thousands of years. Millions of people went through that. And reading that, and also depend on the translation, it will sound like, what do you mean? What type of a creator or God bring me to this world and want to give me a curse? And if I'm listening to him, he's going to give me a blessing. And he's going to want to follow all the direction, because in this week's portion you can read, he speaks about what you should eat, what you should not eat, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And if you do, you're going to get blessed. And if you don't do, you're going to get cursed. And therefore, a lot of people don't like it. And again, what type of message do you give to people? And again, this is why I'm excited about Kabbalah, because it's opened the gate for so many of us, myself included, to really be part, or a very important part of the Torah, of the revelation of human being. Because Torah is for humanity, not for just specific people. It meant to be shared, the tools, the revelation, the secrets, meant to be shared to elevate whomever have a desire to be elevated. So let's extract, like I said before, I always even just go to the first sentence of the reading, and from there, everything is open, everything is extracted. So I said before, ראה נתתי, אנוכי נותן לפניכם. It started with, come and behold, I give in front of you, ברכה לפניכם היום, I give in front of you today, ברכה and קללה, blessing and a curse. Now I want to remind you, when you read it literally, it doesn't say blessings in plural, it says one blessing. And then he says, klala, one curse. Where is all those curses? Where is all the blessing? All what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get one blessing? What is it all about? So first, the message that the Torah giving us. The Kabbalists share. When you look at the word re'eh, re'eh is to see, but it's also a code. It's a code from the 72 names, Resh Aleph Hey, which is represent wonders, beauty, right? First of all, one need to awaken in their life. Do you see the wonders in your life? Is everything is wonderful in your life? Is everything is mystic or beauty or wonder, right? Or everything is so clear, boring, fragmented and separated. One day it's this, one day in that. No wonders. Everything is so very shallow. So one need to start awaken what we call a vessel, a desire, to see the wonder in his life, to see the beauty in their life. Now, how can I see the beauty? The Zohar relate to what we call re'ah. Re'ah, it's also, the re'eh is also to see, but re'ah is also like a lung, the lungs, right? Re'ot, re'ah, which is the wings that represent, the Zohar said that this represent the wings of individual. That's why when you breathe in and you breathe out, it's almost like wings, got the wings of the lungs. but it's also tzipor re'ah. There's a name of a bird in the same word of that. So it represents, obviously, that one need to start their day, need to start their life, and being able to view like an aerial view, right? View of their life, view of who they are, view of this year, before we enter to what I'm missing and what I need. Wait a second, what's the big picture of my life? What's the big picture of humanity? What's the big picture of this year? What have I done this year and what do I want to accomplish? How big of a picture of what do I want to awaken in this world? To really achieve that everything is like a wonder. It's like miraculous. Is everything miraculous in my life? Yes, if I put my money into it. And this is what you want to do. Anochi noten. It says noten. It's giving. The Creator is not about I gave you. Natati lecha. It says noten. If you read it, people just read it and says the Creator gave you. No. I want you to see every day that I'm giving you. Noten, I'm giving you in front of you. Hayom, today. Now today, what do you mean today? It was written 3,000 years ago. It's not of the Creator. The Creator is telling us every day that I'm giving you for that day, every day, to choose a reality of blessing, a reality of curse. And it's inside of you. Because we know lifnechem, it's in front of you, but the code is lepnimchem, to inside of you. The Creator gave us every single day an internal ability to choose whether things in your life are blessings or things in your life are curse. Very important. Whether you will be able to see that you are a blessing to this world or you're not, and you are a curse. Whether if your life presenting you a situation which is difficult, you can see it as a blessing, or you can choose to see it as a curse. And it's really about your choice of word and the choice of thinking about it. Because it's inside of you. It's not really what's outside. It seems like, or being like a negative, it doesn't mean it is. It's how you choose to view it because it's internal. That's the first understanding. The second understanding for that it's been given to us hayom, daily. It's never forever or for the entire year. Yeah, potential for the entire year, but every single day you have the opportunity to completely shift your life, and you don't have to wait until Rosh Hashanah. That's what he's telling you. He's telling you that in every given moment you can shift your consciousness. You can be connected or you can be disconnected. Today, everybody decides, you know what, I want to be, I want to be disconnected. Yes, they can. And if they choose to be connected, they can. But it's really only dependent on the one consciousness. One's consciousness. Whether he's going to see, are you going to see that this is a blessing? And if you don't see, you probably call it a curse. Now, another thing is, which I highly recommend, is do not curse yourself. Do not limit yourself. What do you mean curse yourself? Speaking so bad about yourself, right? What do you know? Who's listening to it? What type of forces listening to you putting yourself down? You talking bad and worse about yourself. What about that? What about when you're slacking or when you're limited or when you don't get something or get something, when you speak so bad about yourself? Who brought those curses? You. Very important to protect yourself as well from yourself. Now, let's go a little bit deeper over here and understand. When he says curses, he didn't say punishment, right? A lot of people need, first of all, we have to differentiate between a punishment, right? What we call in Kabbalah cause and effect, or a curse. Curse and punishment are two different things, right? And this is what he shares with us. What does it mean? Onesh. Onesh is punishment. In the language of Kabbalah, we don't have punishments. We have effects of a cause, right? Cause and effect. What does it mean? We, and important to understand, we call it violation, avera. Onesh, punishment, is you're doing what? Avera, transfer a positive thinking into negative thinking. Transferring goodness into negative. Transferring your light into your negative side. That it means onesh, punishment. Avera. I myself transfer my own light to my opponent, my Satan. That's what it means. Now, when I'm transferring blessings, a good relationship, or a good situation, all of a sudden it becomes curse. What does it mean? It was always a potential to either be a blessings in your life or be a curse in your life. What does it mean, curse in your life? What do I mean curse? Let me understand curse. And let's be clear. It's right here, right now. You just need to choose it. Curse, represented by the Kabbalists as the world of matter. The world of matter. The world of matter is the physical world, we call the 1% world. Most of the time gets us to be small. Most of the time gets us into the wrong habits, or even being robotic. The 1% world, the physical world, creates robotic, create reactivity, create attachments in our life. Most of us, if you look very close, there are specific time in our life when there's not, maybe not us because we elevated, but many people in this world stuck in a loop, in their own loop. That's a curse. Being stuck in your own loop that you can't get yourself out of it, that's a curse. Curse is a circuitry of a loop of a 1% reality. Broken record. You have people in your life that have broken record? Maybe you are the broken record. Broken record. Over and over. They don't even see that it's the same story. And you talk to them, again, even in your family, my family, sometimes you talk, very amazing people. But the same conversation over and over and over. It's crazy. Like, what? That's what we're talking all day long, right? The same thing. Or when people have when they have emunot tefilot, how you call it? Superstitions. Oh my God. Or shallow. When people are so shallow, no, that's what it is. Lack of development, lack of opening. That is a cursed reality. Because when someone live in the reality this way, and they think, oh, it's good enough for me. What do you mean it's good enough? Until chaos come and it's not good enough anymore. Until fight become too much and now I need to find a solution and we need help. You need help every day, not to fall into that repetitive, not to fall into the habitual behavior that gets you to be so small. To be in katnut, to be in smallness of thinking. That's a curse. It's not a punishment. That's cause a reality of punishment, of effects that are bad, that are wrong, that are small. So again, curses is a repetitive reality in the 1%, is a loop, is when a person is stuck, or at least he thinks he's stuck, in a certain cycle and can't get out of it. That's what it means. So now, if we understand that robotic is a curse, we know also that in the spiritual work, we do something also robotic. Pray every day, same prayer, the same meditation. We, sorry, we pray every day, the same prayer, the same connection. So what is it? A curse can be even if you pray every day, the same prayer, right? Everyone. Let's say, you put some you doing brachot, you do blessings, right? You eat, you drink something, you say a certain blessing. If you did the same blessing yesterday and today, what do you mean yesterday? I did over the tea and over the water, for example. But if my consciousness is the same, so it is a reality of curse, even in the spiritual world. I'm not talking in the beginning. The beginning, everybody is like so excited, doing things first time, second time. But the curse is the religious mind of people, that they doing same thing over and over, expecting to get different results. That lead to a punishment. What is punishment? Leads to a reality of a person completely disconnect. It causes, right, a very bad effect when you're doing things as robotic, even your spiritual work. At certain point, you need to know there's a new light every day. Ten lifnechem hayom, today. It's not, yeah, but I've done it yesterday. I'm going to get up tomorrow. I'm going to do the same thing. Yes, you might do the same physical action, but the consciousness needs to be different. The revelation needs to be different. In every one of the mitzvot, one of the spiritual deed that we're talking about, there is endless light. Endless light. So you might do something, one bracha, one blessing, and you don't even know that within it there is countless amount of revelation to your life. So for you, it's only one blessing that I've done. It's really depend on your consciousness. One blessing that you can bless somebody, right? Think about it. When was the last time you blessed someone? Me? Should I bless someone? Yes, every day. You can bless someone, and then that blessing continuing because that person bless others, right? Pay it forward in a way. We have to understand that every action that we have is not simply about the action, but the consciousness of the action. Otherwise, the same thing, the addictive behavior, the repetitive behavior, that is the curse. Even if a person falling to the, again, less in the spiritual world, because the spiritual world not going to let you stay the same eventually. But when you are in there, what we call the 1%, the physical reality, and you are repetitive, robotic, or broken record, you are technically in a prison of your own doing. And guess what? You are the one who can release yourself from that prison. That's what you want to know. So, in order to stop that cycle, before entering to Rosh Hashanah, I want to give you 3 steps. One is to love your creation, your world. Is to awaken love to the entire creation. Again, if you're living in this world, you are part of the creation. So highly recommended to start falling in love in your creation, in your world, in your life. And everything that comes to you directly from the Creator. And I want to love it. Good, bad, difficult, easy, whatever it is. Start with love. Love is an ingredient that people don't insert in everything. It's like when they drink tea, what do you like to put in? A sweetener, sugar, honey, right? I don't have anything here, right? Something done. Okay, okay. Usually I don't drink anything in there, right? It's funny on the side. My teacher, first time I met my teacher, and so he told the story. And that story still is funny. I just mentioned it now in the tea. He said there used to be a Kabbalist. Again, this is something important I'm gonna get into. So the Kabbalist was a Kabbalist that he used to have a cup of tea and used to put the sugar, the 2 cubes of sugars, in his hand. And used to drink like, oh, it's too sweet. Let me take one. Take one and close his hands and drink the tea. Perfect. Right? So this is the first story I'm hearing from my teacher, first interaction, right? I said, this is amazing, right? Because, again, on the side, and before I'm continuing here about the ingredients, we have our senses. We think that our eyes can only see, they don't hear. We think that our ear cannot smell, or the sense of smell cannot talk or cannot see, because we are fragmented. Because we think that our senses can do only one functionality, it's because we limit them. It's funny, in this week, it speaks about the 2 senses, right? Re'eh natati lefanecha, come and behold, right? See, I gave you. And then he says, והברכה אשר תשמעו, and the mitzvot, sorry, and the chukim u'mishpatim, the laws that you're going to hear. It never said to do. It says to see and to hear, right? So if you read it literally, it sounds like, where does it get all these things to do and to act? That came later. First of all is consciousness. So again, go back to that understanding of the ingredients. You can feel everything in your hand. You can hear everything in your hand. You can sense everything within your body. Everything is functioned this way. It's just because we are so fragmented, we think that our body can do one thing. Or for example, if I tell you, let's teleport ourselves to, my friend over there in Cancun, right? Let's teleport, right? Oh, guys, can you teleport yourself here to my friend's house? You technically are. It's just the fact that you are maybe a name or a face on a screen. No, you are right here. It's just you that you don't think that you are right here, is you are not here. That's the limitation. That's the fragmentation we have in this world. And that's what makes us feel or think that we are stuck, that we are in a loop. That's the cursed reality, that we acknowledge that and we accept it as a reality. Not today. Not this year. This year, you want all your senses to listening with your nose, right? Like even someone, they speak it this way, right? When you have a deal to do, like you say that the deal doesn't smell right. What do you mean the deal have a smell? How is it? There's a smell for a deal? I didn't know, right? Or it doesn't feel right. What does it mean? What you looked at something, it doesn't feel right. What do you mean doesn't feel? Your eyes see something and it doesn't feel right? You see, we can do that. We just need to remove the fragmentation, the separation. And the second thing is to go back to the first point that I just mentioned. Start with love. Even the word love, changing the frequency of the energy around you. I love my life. I love the creation that the Creator did. I love everything that the Creator gives me. The good, the ugly, the sweet, the sour. I love it. Start with that type of consciousness. Start there. Second, make sure you are committed. It's not something that you do by the way. Commitment to your path, to whatever degree that you are today, even if it's just once a week, that you say, that's the extent of my spiritual work, is to come and be with you, Benjamin, right now for this hour, for these 30 minutes, right? Make it a commitment. Please, even if it's just that, the extent of your study, the extent of what you do, the extent of your connection to the light, it's this class, make it a commitment. This is where you start having legs to climb up the ladder. This is what it means. And the third idea is start what we call equality of form. There is a form of blessings, for example. There is an internal form, and then there is an external form, right? And we know that externally in our life, things seems like or feels like in a certain way. And internally, it feels a certain way. So for example, like I said before earlier, the point before, you look at something and it doesn't feel right. What is it? What is it within me? It doesn't let me connect to that purely. Or what is it externally that bothers me to connect internally and to be in peace with that moment? So it's important to understand that there is a need for what we call equality of form. What is the equality of form? When a person is in a certain state, for example, is in a victim state, what do you think a person like that will draw in their life? Very simple. Like attracts like. Your form is attracting two things. One, victims, or predators, people who makes you a victim, or bullies, you can call it, right? That is what the person draws, because its internal form is in a constant victim. Why are you talking to me this way? Why are you not saying hello first? Why you didn't tell me this? Why you not massaging me first? And then, why you not bow to me? And then, right? People internally, that's how they think. And then eventually they are disconnected because they are in difference of form from what it is. So when you come as a victim, for example, your inner structure is like a victim. Just an example, right? Or for example, let's say you internally, you constantly have a complaint, right? But outside, life is like this, and this is going on. But inside, there's an internal complaint that nobody hears, nobody knows, right? Or internal doubt. This reality won't show you the blessings in it. It will show you the curse in it. What does it mean? You attracted this type of people that will complain about you or will give you a very good reason to complain. That's what you are going to attract. So the shift have to be connected to what you want to reveal. What's what we call in Kabbalah dvekut, cleaving to the light, cleaving to the Creator. Glue yourself to the light. Most of us are glued to victims. For example, if you have somebody needy in your life, it's not a problem, but it's the easiest way to share with needy people, right? It's very hard to tell them, hey, stop being needy, get up and do something. No, and needy people would love that because it's easy to help them or be the hero for somebody. So finding somebody that is a lost cause, and like you are, wow, I love that person. Why? Because I can be the savior over there. So now there are miserable people, and with my help, I'm going to save them. And then it's a cursed reality. Why? It's very simple. Because you attracted somebody in the lower state of consciousness. It's not, we never meant to come here and save people. We save ourselves. We're here to help. We're here to support. We're here to give love. But when my internal structure is in sharing and influence, always not looking for needy people to give them, not looking for somebody to save. Very important to understand that the reality of what became seems like a curse, seems like not moving, seems like stuck, seems like, desperate, seems like not going anywhere. It seems like the same thing is so boring because you are boring. Internally, you are a boring person. What do you think you're going to see? So what do you think? People will come in your life and entertain you? Oh, I need an entertainer. Benjamin, you're such an entertainer. You can come to my life. Can you come to my party? Because you're such an entertainer. It's so nice to talk to you. And you're giving all this wisdom. You need to be that entertainer. You need to be that exciting person. You need to be the blessings of the party, the blessings of your life. All of us are in state of like, who's gonna come and feed me? Who's gonna come and give me? Who's gonna come and save me? That's the whole mentality of religion. A Messiah will come and save us. Nobody comes, and nobody will come to save us. If we not stand up and when saving ourselves, changing our inner structure, start to create a reality of blessings. Countless, be the blessings for people instead of being the curse for people. So these are the 3 steps how to convert curses into blessings. Very important, my dear. It's not some kind of like miraculously gonna happen. Living in a reality of miracles need a little bit of transformation, and internal transformation is not external, my dear. You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the boats and all the yachts and all the trains and the planes in the world, but if you don't change on your plane and on your houses and on your plane, you're gonna have on your boats, you're gonna be victims all the time. So please remember, it's about you to transform yourself before we come into Rosh Hashanah, because once Rosh Hashanah happening, it's like you're pouring cement on the foundation. It's done for the year. Okay? I hope it's clear. I'm making it very simple for us to awaken the bigger picture of Re'eh, to see. Please open the view. And again, it's really about us. Nobody prevent you from doing it. Last thing, very, very important blessings that Moses giving us this week. Here, and again, this is very important for the world right now, this type of sentence that is written. It says in the first reading, in the end, he said something very, very beautiful. והניח לכם מכל אויביכם. When you follow the spiritual path, your path, when you have a commitment to your path, when you transform yourself from curses to blessings, the Creator sets you in a complete different reality. What does he say? והניח לכם מכל אויביכם. I will give you rest from all your enemies. And enemies is not this country or this country, like the Ukraine, so the Russian, if the Russian is the Ukraine, and if the Sudanian is this, and the Palestinian is this, and Iranian is the Iraqi. No! It's the enemies inside of you. It's the noises that takes away from you. Your enemy is not simply the physical enemy there that's trying to destroy your nation. That's a big picture. That's a collective consciousness. Your enemies, enemies internally that trying to prevent from peace. You're sitting there at work, everything is great. All of a sudden, oh, the craziness going in your head. What is it? It's an enemy. It's an enemy. It's an entity who come bothering you, pushing you to fall in the reality of curse. He says, and the Creator, once you have the path, the Creator will do the work for you to prevent from all those enemies. Around you, and then וישבתם בטח. And this is amazing blessing. This I wish for every person who listened to it and everyone who connected to you and everyone in your life to receive that blessing this week. מסביב, that around you, you will be protected. No enemy will penetrate your aura, your energy. וישבתם בטח. Betach is the word trust. Betach is the word security. Feel secure within yourself. You know how many of us, just one word in the wrong way or from the wrong person, shaking your grounds, shaking your day, feel lack of trust. You are with somebody, you start a relationship, and then they look into someone else, and then your life is shaking, right? You're a child and your parents dismiss you. Your whole ground is shaking, right? You don't even know the effect of that. We want to achieve peace of mind, and it's not if you are sitting in the beach in a vacation, that's not peace of mind. You might sitting there and everything eating you inside. That's not peace of mind. What you want to receive this week, and again, build up for that. But this is, again, I'm saying again, it's when you transform curses into blessing. All these 3 steps I gave you right now, it potentially can give you that idea of vishavtem betach, and you sit comfortably, trust and peace of mind and internal fulfillment and a real influence by you sitting, not running and chasing after the tails of everything. This is what we want. That's what he says. Moses says, Re'eh anochi, please come and see. And then he says, Asher tishmeu. And then when you're going to hear, he speaks about the eyes and the listening. He doesn't tell you to do anything first. He tells you, first of all, start seeing around you, seeing the blessings around you, see what you have in your life, see what the Creator gave you, good and bad, and see it as a blessing. And then now listening to the messages, the direction that the Creator wants you to go into. Listening to the internal voice. What did it tell you? If my internal voice is like, I need someone to save me, it's very low, it's very small, it's a reality of curse. If my internal voice is like, victim, blaming, complaining, you know your state of mind, you know your state of being, it's internal. No wonder why outside it doesn't manifest this way. Then, we would like, as I said before, your senses are fooling you. Your senses are fooling you. This week, you also received an infusion of light to really understand that your eyes can see, can hear, can sense. Your ears can talk. You know what happened to you before? I'm sure it happened to you before. When you're listening carefully to somebody, they tell you, wow, you helped me a lot. What? I was just listening. I didn't say anything. No, your ears talked. We heard that. You come into a place and you feel the fragrance going on around. Already you feel great. What do you mean? Smell makes me feel, makes me comfortable, makes me open. You see, you need to learn that your senses are just limit you if you use them in a fragmented way. This Shabbat, this week, this energy, We want to understand that, a lot of us are fooled by the senses because look, right? The eyes, look, other things. Oh, look, Kabbalah, right? For example, Kabbalah, right? A lot of people will tell me, and again, it's not a problem. Oh, Kabbalah is like that. Oh, I heard somebody said it the same. It's not the same. It's completely different, Or, yeah, all people are the same. What do you mean the same? People look the same? No, but they're all the same. No, none of us is the same. Equal. We spoke about it many times. It's not equal. If it will be equal, you're going to suffer a lot. We all receive the portion of what we need to work on. You want to be equal. You want to do the work I'm doing. It's a lot of work. We're not equal. You see somebody next to you, we are all equal. We should be treated equal. No. We should all get equal opportunity. No question about that. We should all be able to enter to at the highest level that we can. Absolutely. But to know and to understand, it's not. So why they're okay? Sometimes in my life, I put a lot of different restriction on myself. And then I see somebody doing whatever they want. Okay. They choose to do that. There's not a problem. But that's where they are. I'm not going to go around like, why do I need to do all this work? Why they okay? Why they not? And why they are doing spiritual thing and then they don't have all the restriction that the Kabbalah says to do? They're not the same. It's completely different. It's your eyes fooling you. It's your ears fooling you. No, it's not the same. Because the trust, the security, the level of confidence that you need to feel and you need to get into, it's not the same as the other persons. Everybody have their own process in life. Do not think that you are like everybody else. You are very unique, like every day it says, Hayom, today. It's not like the light of yesterday. It's not the same. And if you understand that, you can open yourself to influence the world way greater than you ever imagined. Because when a person elevates themselves spiritually, is not dependent on the people. Of course, it's dependent on the environment that the person plugged himself. We spoke about it earlier, right? And if a person, obey his own restriction, meaning says, I set rules to myself. And if you disobey your own rules, you close the gate for yourself. And if you put rules and regulations on you for the sake of elevating spiritually, we have to understand you become a blessing in your life. It's nothing to do with the other person and their process. Oh, how come they already got married and have children and I didn't? It's not the same. It's not the same story. It's not the same regulations. It's not the same commitment. Every day is to make the effort to find the blessings. And I'm saying finding, it's not earning. Finding is like Rav Ashlag and the Kabbalah says, everything needs to be in level of finding. So imagine you walk in the street, right? It says, Yagata umatzata ta'amin. If you work hard and you find, believe. It's amazing. This sentence is amazing. Every year I want to speak about this idea. When you walk in the street and you find something, what's the energy? You find $1, right? No, nobody finds $1, by the way, in New York. Probably you find a quarter, a penny, or whatever. It's like, wow, look at that. One time I walk in the street and I find a diamond, right? At least I thought, oh my God, look at the ring. I'm telling you, I walk in Lexington and I'm like, wow, what a ring. I pick up the ring and it was like in the corner of something and everybody looking at me. I don't care. I'm finding a ring, a diamond ring. And I'm like, oh my God, You know, look around, nobody comes in, nobody comes out. I go back to my office, I tell my wife, look, this is what I found for you. So, oh, thank you, amazing, thank you. She look at that, it's just plastic, you know. It's like the kids, and I'm, again, sorry, I didn't understand that. I was too excited even to know that it's just plastic or whatever they call it. Zalcon, you know. Fake, whatever. So anyway, so I remember the moment of finding. Wow, you know, but wait a second. You says Yagata umatzata. If you work hard, why you need to be finding? You work hard, you earn it. No. If you find something, you need to be in that energy of finding, which means it's not calculated based on the work that you've done. I've done 2 steps, I should get that. No, you make the effort, you push through, and you're not calculating where the blessing is gonna come from. If you're calculating where the blessing gonna come from, it's not the light. It's, be careful, it's a curse. It's a message for you. Remember again, when you do the work, Yegiah, hard work, is one place. Metziah, founding, is unexpected. It's in the time that you don't know. It's in the time that you're not expecting. That is Metziah. That is founding. And that's you getting like the wow, so exciting. Same thing spiritually when we're talking about giving and receiving. The giving in the world of physicality is a give, and I know what I'm getting. And giving spiritually is giving in one hand and receiving in a completely different times. It's not the same. So here, what you receive this week, and again, I wish for all of us to be in that reality of blessings, that you make in full effort and you let go, and you don't want to control where the blessing is going to come from, where the founding going to come from. But imagine living life that you always making an effort and you constantly in founding. Wow, look what I found. Look what I get. Look, what a surprise. The energy is such a founding energy. So obviously, we have many other lessons, many other blessings, many other secrets in this week, but very simple, very connected to what our path should be. And Be'ezrat Hashem, with the help of the light, we will be able to remove all our enemy from our life, from our country, from surrounding us, and being in peace. Yashavtem betach, and you sit in harmony and in trust and security in your place and where you are. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of the week.